A delegation led by the Undersecretary from the Ministry of Mining in visiting Lusaka, Zambia for a conference on artisanal and small-scale mining industry. The forum is being held under the theme Unlocking Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Potential for Inclusive and Sustainable Development. In his inaugural address of the forum, the Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema says Africa is underperforming in the mining sector. He asks leaders to focus more on the continent's mineral resources. Hichilema encourages artisanal and small-scale miners across the region to acquire proper documents for practicing their trade legally. The South Sudanese team leader and Undersecretary in the Ministry of Mining, Dr. Mathieu Santino, says the forum is focused on strategies for strengthening capacities of artisanal and small-scale miners to operate legally, effectively, competitively and sustainably. He concedes the ministry has to learn more about its cadastral role and regulatory framework in the trade.
I do believe that from yesterday, the delegates have been sharing experiences, lessons, and indeed gaps in this sector of our economy. And your economy, these sectors of our economy is here, your economy is back home for those who are visiting us from other countries. And I think it's important to avoid reinventing the wheel. We must learn from each other and not repeat mistakes that are costly. And I'll mention some of the costs associated with not doing things right in this sector and indeed in the artisanal and small-scale mining, as it were. If a large scale has a license, you know the procedure. You can't just walk in there. You can walk in the dumps that belong to someone legally and start mining. When you ask to come out and ask for a license and the clearance from large-scale mining owner, you go in the streets.
Today, the conference marked to an end by summary, which was being graced by His Excellency the President of Zambia, and we discussed the issues pertaining the safety mining, and the mining should not end in court, but should be in a legal process. The environmental impacts to the country, the support to finances relating to small-scale miners, medium-scale miners, and large-scale miners, and safety in relation to security posted in the areas where the mine is taking place. However, in this conference, the Ministry of Mining has learned a significant issues. One of the significant issues which is so important in this conference is the issue of licensing, the cadastral roles and the regulatory frameworks, which is required to be mandatory and objective.